Hello my fellow bassists. So today's the day my signature bass, the Schecter CB-4, has officially been released on the Schecter website and a lot of instrument stores around the world, including Sweetwater, Guitar Center, and a lot more. Before I get into the main video though, I just want to say a huge thank you to you for all of your incredible support. I wouldn't be able to release a signature bass with an amazing company like Schecter if it weren't for you supporting me through the years. So thank you so much, and I hope that this bass will help some of you reach your full potential. I couldn't be happy with the way that this bass has turned out. Usually when I get a new bass, it takes me like a few days or weeks or months to get used to it. But this one, I just started playing it and it immediately felt like just right for me. You've already seen me play it a lot on my main channel, but I haven't really told you that much about it yet. And judging by the comments, you guys have got a lot of questions. So today I'm going to demonstrate the amazing sound of this instrument a little bit, but I'm also going to be talking a lot about our thinking behind all the design choices. So in terms of like the body design and look, I wanted it to be a bass that you can play in all styles. Because, you know, there are some basses where it's like, okay, that's a metal bass, that's a funk bass, that's a jazz bass. And this one, because I play so many different styles, and I know a lot of you do too, I wanted it to be something that you could play in any of those and it looks great. I also wanted it to have quite a sort of sophisticated look, but also not boring. So that's why I went for the see-through black satin, which is one of my favorite Schecter colors, with the flamed maple veneer, which I just love that grain. But then I also added these like red racing stripes, which I think are just a little bit metal and just give it that little bit of edge. For the fretboard, I went with Indian rosewood. That's just the color that I prefer for fretboards. But yeah, overall, I wanted it to be a really cool looking bass and I wanted it to reflect my sort of style and personality. But at the same time, I didn't want it to feel like you are playing someone else's bass. Now, obviously, being able to play fast and agile is very important for the style of music that I play. So I made a few adjustments, few customizations to the shape, which really help you to be able to play kind of more lead stuff and fast technical stuff. One of the big ones was down here, I had a very deep cutaway. So that lets you get up to those, high frets much more easily. Some basses I've played, if you want to get up to the high frets, you've got to like go like this. And that's just, it's impossible to play like that when you're up here, or at least with any agility. So the combination of the deep cutaway and the through neck, which is contoured specifically so it's still thin down here, it lets you have a lot of control up on those high frets, which is very important when you're playing lead stuff up there. I also went for a pretty thin neck as far as basses go, because I actually don't have the biggest hands, and so having a thin neck really helps me play fast. So down at the first fret, you've got a 20mm neck, and then up here on the 12th fret is 22mm. And even though it's a thin neck, it still feels really solid. I've got absolutely no doubt that I could put this on a plane. I wouldn't be worried about it because it's a well-made bass. Another thing I absolutely love about this bass is the contouring right here where you rest your right arm. I've always found that so important, especially when you're playing fingerstyle. I've definitely played some basses where there's not much contouring here and it just feels like the edge of the bass is like digging into your arm, and then after 2 or 3 hours, if you're playing a long gig, it's just really hurts. That's absolutely not the case with this one. It's contoured just perfectly so that your arm just sits there really nice and comfortably, which is so important for fingerstyle. Alright, now in terms of the electronics, we've got EMG pickups, which are some of my absolute favorites. They've just got this real crispiness on the high end, but they still maintain that really important low end. So you've got that really powerful sound, but it also cuts through the mix nicely. When it comes to pickups, I always think that it's best to capture the full sound spectrum because it's a lot easier to take away frequencies later. Like let's say if you want a darker sound, you can always just cut out some of the high frequencies. It's a lot harder to add those high frequencies later. And then down here we've got a 3-band EQ. We've got bass, middle, and treble. I usually have the treble and bass on 10 and the mids on 7, and I find that it gives me, that powerful but cutting sound that I was talking about earlier. You've also got a blend knob over here. I usually have that right in the middle, but sometimes if I'm wanting to do like tapping when there's a lot of other instruments going on, I find just rolling it a little bit back to the bridge pickup, get some of that mid that you need to just cut through the mix. Forward to the neck pickup, then you can get this kind of old school Motowny type sound. Roll it back to the bridge pickup again and add some distortion, and it sounds great for metal. So there you go, this bass was designed to be the most versatile and agile bass possible, not only so that I can play exactly what I hear in my head, but so you can too. I really hope you love this bass as much as I do. If you want to buy it or just find out some more details, head over to the Schecter website in the description. Now if you don't mind, I'm just going to noodle around a bit and show you some more cool sounds you can get out of this thing.